Hey, so gonna go over a couple of things. By now you know that I didn't do a video yesterday. It was a rough day. Just kind of was, man. And I couldn't get myself there. I couldn't figure out what I was going to talk about, how I was going to talk about it, what I was doing. So I just kind of took the day off. In more ways than one. In my head, from this, and I don't know. I had a lot to think about and a lot to be worrying about, and just letting everything kind of get to you. It happens sometimes, but we're all gonna have our days, and there might be days that I miss doing this a few times here and there, but for the most part, I'm gonna try to chronicle this daily. It's important to me. It's important to have this for my family so that they know what I was thinking each day, and that I was thinking of them, and I love them. I'm there, and that they know that I've been there the entire time, and all of them. I love them a lot, and it's a big thing for me to do this and get my thoughts and my feelings out there, and I hope that I am helping other people understand that they're not alone if they are one of the others and one of the other millions. What it's like with this affliction that you have, it's a nasty, rotting little thing in you. So I am 2 days post chemotherapy for the first time. The only, I guess, side effects that I've seen or felt or dealt with that are kind of, I don't feel like they're side effects of chemo. It's just kind of the side effect of living with this adrenal cancer. Is you get a lot of emotions, and they're cranked up, and a lot of this has to do with Cushing's too, which I get to finally start that this Monday. Start working on that, and then they say it takes around 2 weeks to start seeing effects from that. So it'll be nice to maybe be able to check some of that, and I can tell you that they gave me a lot of different medication while I was in Seattle, and they help me sleep a lot, which is nice. And I wake up groggy and not just on fire, ready to go. I haven't had as many Hulk out moments that I used to have. I don't feel that. I feel like that's getting a little under control too, so that's nice. And it's a good feeling to actually feel like yourself for a little bit. It's weird too. But today was pretty awesome. We're ending it with some really good family time tonight, and just kind of chilling, and that was really good. And so that's kind of our next steps there, is just hanging out and just being together, and that's what we're gonna do for the rest of the tonight. So I'm really excited. So that's my cancer part of my journey that I'm gonna go over. But we had some good talks earlier with my family, and we realized that going through all of this and the closing of my bar, and just the way things progressed and changed for me, and who I was and who I have become. It's funny because I'm on Facebook and YouTube now again. I got rid of all my social media. Like, I didn't use it, nothing. I wasn't on there. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to have anything to do with anybody. And now that I'm back on it, I've had a lot of people come back and, they're talking to me again, and it's pretty awesome. But I thought I had burnt pretty much every bridge that I had built, So that's a whole thing. But we were talking earlier, like, how do you hang out with people now? How does that work? How do you go from every time that I hung out and I had friends and people that we did things with, it's weird now for me and for us. Like, I don't have a lot of hobbies. My hobbies used to be craft beer or cocktails or anything that was really bad for me. And now it's just kind of, what do you do and who do you hang out with? Like, we don't have that style of people. We don't know those people. Those weren't the people we hung out with. Because now all I do is drink tea and maybe some coffee here and there. Yeah. And the only things we consume are very cancer fighting oriented foods, which I know sounds really, really weird, but and I thought it was weird at first too. And then my wife made me a very big believer in it. And I've seen and felt how much changing your diet can change you. It's a big, big deal. And if you're part of this and you have that journey ahead of you, I highly suggest going and checking out Dr. William Lee. That man did a lot of work to figure out which foods will help you fight your cancer and keep you alive. And it'll help. You'll feel different. I promise you will feel different if you follow it. But now we don't drink. And we can't go out to eat. 99% of places that you go to don't offer anything you can eat. Unless you literally want a green salad with some oil and vinegar on top of it. If you're lucky. Hopefully they won't screw that up but most of the time it's not organic. It's not worth dealing with the pesticides and having that. When you work really hard to make sure that everything that you put in your body is clean and it's beneficial and it helps you, it's hard to be like, hey, you guys want to go out to dinner? There's very few places that will list all of their ingredients. And so you got to call ahead and hope that, they're not using the wrong kind of oil or anything that'll harm. Because it takes work for your gut to get to that level where it can process things. So I guess that's my big question is where do you find people who want to hang out that don't want to go eat or go drink? That's what I did. I was one of the people in the opposite direction. If I'm going out and hanging out with you, I want some food and I want to break bread and I want to drink. I wanted to feel at ease with just having a couple whiskeys or nice rum drinks, anything. So that's my $1 million question out there. That's my hashtag 1 in a million there. Is what do you do in that situation? Where do you find those folks that hang out and can enjoy life and still socialize? Because I'm still a pretty social guy, but where am I going to go? I tried going to the tea place there and that does the nighttime tea here in town, and it just doesn't feel, the vibe doesn't feel like I'm there, like I belong. And maybe that's on me. I mean, I'm trying to make the best of all this because, this is the rest of my life. I don't get to go back to drinking. I don't get to be healed. I don't ever get fixed. I get to last. I'm good with that. I've come to terms with that. But I'm going to last a long ass time, man. Like that Energizer Bunny, I'm going to keep going. So we're there. I'm in that mindset, and it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. And we're going to fight through this, and one day I might lose that fight. But it's not now. It's not today. So, got a little heavy there at the end, but otherwise it's pretty awesome. Everything else has just been great, and I hope that everybody out there who is watching is having a fantastic weekend. I hope that if your team was in the playoffs that they won, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself, and I hope that you like this video. If you want to talk to me, just leave a comment or whatever, and I'm here. You know, I'm here. And I guess if you do want to make sure you're not missing my videos or see if I'm still alive and uploading them, you can hit the button and do the thing. I'm not begging for nothing. I'm not going to do that. But if you want to make sure you're not missing it and you're not on my Facebook, where that's the only place I post that I put him up, is there. Yeah. You can go the other route. But I hope you're taking the time to try to make each day as good as it can be. And the only way you can do that is look at things in the best way you can. So with that, I know my family's gonna watch this, so I'm gonna tell them I love them, and we're gonna all go hang out and enjoy our time together. And I hope you can do the same with yours. This is how I become the bear. I'll talk to you tomorrow.